Hey there guys, DeAndre here, and welcome to another episode of Subtract Reactions, where we subtract the bullshit and give you guys honest reactions. So today I'm going to be reacting to a request from Jimmy Arganian, and it is called Zombie by Eywa. Now I'm guessing this is a music video. I'm guessing, looking at my fucking laptop screen. But yeah, this looks like a music video. Hopefully this video doesn't get flagged, but yeah. As always in these request videos, I have no idea what I'm jumping into, so one of these days I'm just gonna click on like a porn link or some shit. Just Pornhub.com, Xvideos, XNXX, all that naughty shit. Rule34.payhell.net. Oh my god. What the fuck am I talking about? Let me finish this reaction. No, I'm reacting. The camera's recording right now. I was literally about to stop the video. You just gonna leave my door open? Huh, bro? See, this is what I gotta deal with. My dumb ass decided to record this video right when my brothers got home. He's gotta come in here and bombard my room. Yeah. Like, what the hell?
It's a free house.
No, it's not. Okay, that's pretty kick-ass. That is actually really cool. Let me see it again. What's it called?
John Rick.
That's actually really cool. I love looking into like other people's eyes. Like the visuals. Very melodic. This definitely sounds something that would be in like a Telltale game. Oh shit. Oh my god. Wow. That was a very interesting video. A lot of tones in that video. You know what I mean? The messages that she was sending out, especially with some of that footage that we saw. It was very interesting. I don't know. It makes me feel a certain type of way right there about war and violence and stuff like that. And see, that's the thing with war, though. It's the one consistent thing in humanity. You know what I mean? And you know, you could battle that with love and with higher thought and higher thinking and whatnot. You know what I mean? But war always exists. You know what I mean? Over the generations and our kids and our kids' kids, most likely they're going to experience war. And if not war itself, a form of war. So it's pretty, I don't know. It's pretty crazy. Got you crossed off the list, Jimmy. It was a good request. Jimmy Arganian, thank you. It was a very surreal video. Definitely makes me think a little bit. And it's definitely relatable with a lot of stuff that's going on today and whatnot. And not just here in America, but, just with war in general. And I don't know. War is just one of those things. It's crazy. It's like, I feel bad for the soldiers that are actually involved in it, with some of the footage that they showed in this video, because, a lot of times when people go to war, your country, whether you're in America, North Korea, South Korea, wherever you are in the world, you get fed a lot of, information about the enemy and whatnot, and a lot of times that is propaganda. The origin of why a war happens can get lost over time. And so it gets down to the point of just soldiers fighting for no reason. Like, they have no idea why they're fighting. They're just fighting because they have orders. There's a movie I watched not too long ago. It's a French film, and I think it's just called Noel. And it's a true story. And these two, like, opposite and opposing sides in the war, they actually stopped for Christmas. And it's really crazy, and I don't know, it restores your faith in humanity, you know what I mean? And it's one of those movies, like, as dark and as terrible as war is, the enemies that we fight are still human, you know what I mean? And it's one of those things that just, it makes me feel like, with as bad as war gets and as much as death happens due to war, at the end of the day, I have faith in humanity that, we can all come together and stop it and end it. There's always a war for something, but that's a dangerous mindset because, you start thinking about war and how governments are involved, and, propaganda is real and propaganda does exist. It's one of the reasons why I think in America, a lot of people, they fear Muslims and they fear other parts of the world that we deem as third world. And the only reason we deem that quality of life like that is because the information that we get from those parts of the world, it's only of one aspect of that place versus that place as a whole. You know what I mean? It's like, alright, so I live in Louisville, Kentucky. Imagine if the entire world, when they thought of Louisville, they just thought of those rougher sides of the city. You know what I mean? They just think of, like, the bad areas that are in this city, and that's not what Louisville is. It is, but there's so much more to it. I think of life as like a yin and yang, you know what I mean? And you have to have a balance of good and evil. You can't let someone's perception of something determine how you feel about that said something without your personal experience. Does that make sense? It's kind of complicated. And this thought, I mean, a lot of common sense does have to come into play. But when you talk about perceptions and, how we view things in life, if you feel like you're unsure about something, always form your own opinion. And a lot of times it can be difficult because we want to hear what other people have to say about something before we experience it ourselves. Like, I'm guilty of that with movie reviews. I love watching movie reviews. Jeremy Johns, Chris Stuckman, Angry Joe. I mean, the list is infinite, you know what I mean? I love watching movie reviews. But reviews are opinionated, you know what I mean? It's how the critic themselves felt about the film as a whole. And that's where that common sense comes into play. Because just because someone doesn't like a film doesn't mean I'm not gonna like the film, you know what I mean? But yeah, I like this video. It felt very surreal. Made me think deep. So, Jimmy Arganian, good job. Definitely made me think. And, yeah, man, war is so complicated. I don't know, man. It's one of those things, like I said before, it always exists throughout generations. And hopefully we'll get to a point where, love can tackle war. But at the same time, it's like, there are some wars that are justified, you know what I mean? Like civil war. And, if there's an injustice happening somewhere, then, and if it calls for the people to rise over the government, you know what I mean, because maybe there's some shady suspect stuff going on, then I definitely think that is necessary for war, you know. But at the same time, that's the past, you know, and as we move into an age of the future and technology gets better and, you know, networking with other people around the world grows every day, revolution doesn't always have to be violent, you know. Revolution can definitely take different forms other than war. And with the protests that we have going on here, one of my friends, for instance, she wants to join the protest. And when I say join the protest, I mean protests against white supremacy, against racism. Here in Louisville, we actually do have a couple statues that kind of represent the Confederacy and whatnot. She's kind of having a problem of figuring out exactly how to do it other than just, you know, joining in crowds. She has a family and she can't protest 24/7 like a lot of people can, and she just doesn't have the time really. And she was coming at me and asking me how she could basically contribute to the protest. And I told her, you don't always have to do the same things that other people do. You don't have to follow everybody else. You don't have to jump on that protest bandwagon the way other people do. You can create your own form of protest. That's one of the beauties of freedom of speech, is that there are so many different, you know, forms of speech and different forms of language. It's so well diverse, you know what I mean? But she's an artist. She can draw very, very well, and, you know, she can make items, and she's just one of those like artsy craftsy people. And I told her that can be your form of protesting. I told her, next time you hear about something happening in terms of a protest, make some art pieces and make some artwork. Like, she sold a couple, people have commissioned her a couple times, and, you know, she definitely knows that she can make some money off of it. But I told her, make some art pieces that kind of like reflect the protest, and or just reflect your thoughts on racism and white supremacy, or just how you feel. Make some art pieces and take those down to the protest, and, you know, you can have your 1 day or 2 days of protesting, however long you're down there. And when you leave, give that art piece away, or leave it there, or do something with that art piece. And I told her that can basically be your way of contributing to the love that is humanity, you know what I mean? And hopefully, you know, that art piece can grow and it can affect somebody really and change their minds, you know what I mean? And I don't know, and it's just, you know, there's a lot of ugly in the world right now, but I definitely think, you know, love can overpower hatred, and because hatred is learned, but I don't know, love is natural, you know, love is natural. So that's my thoughts on everything right now. Once again, thanks, Jimmy Arganian. You made me think pretty deep, hit me in the feels. This video definitely just got me to start thinking, man. And that's why I love videos like this, you know, and that's why I love YouTube as a whole, is because when you watch videos, whether they're serious or whether they're funny, whether, you know, whatever you're watching, it just makes you think, and, you know, it makes you comment, and, you know, it really can, I don't know, really can make you feel good. So this video definitely was nice to watch. Thanks once again, Jimmy Arganian. But as always, guys, if you like my reaction, then be sure to like and share this video for me. And if you're going to do all that, now but you leave a comment, tell me what you react to in the future. And if you're going to do all that, now but you hit that subscribe button and join the family, guys. I'll talk to you all later. And yeah, man, this was a nice video, and we'll see what happens next. But yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Peace!